Hello, crafty friends. Welcome in. Let our fun begin. I am Heather, the owner of Stitches, Knots, and More, and on my channel I share all things crafting, whether that is a clothing upcycle, crochet, macrame, whatever I feel like doing. I might actually start breaking these up into like different videos for different days. If you're new here, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. If you're not, thank you for being a continued supporter. Please consider liking and subscribing and sharing the videos with others if you enjoy them and you think others would enjoy them. But I do want to start off by saying thank you very much for all the new subscribers. We are at 162 now. And yeah, it's taken me a while to get going with subscribers, and I feel like we're doing all right. I did get back from vacation, so I got vacation brain. So I've recorded this opening multiple times, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to re-record it this time, even if it doesn't make a bunch of sense. But yeah, so today we are going to be talking a lot about mushrooms. I crocheted quite a few mushrooms, and I thought about doing like a video of showing different mushroom patterns that you can buy, and if you're interested in that, let me know. But for today I am going to show you the things that I've made using mushroom patterns that I have bought or ones that are for free, and I will try to include links to those whenever we get to that portion of the video. But for now, we're going to go see the new plushies that I have made this week. Hello, crafty friends. Welcome back. We are sitting outside today, so if it gets a little noisy or whatever, our neighbors are kind of out with their kids today, so it might be a little noisy. But I thought, since it's so nice, it's nice in that it's like sunny and it's very clear out here, but it's not nice as far as the heat is concerned. So I'm going to start with these little mushrooms that I made, and I am using them as charms for my purse. And I did make these before I went on vacation, but the other three you're going to see, they were all made on vacation. You know, when we were done during the day, or if there were days we didn't go out and do anything. But I want to show you these mushrooms first. I was going to take them off of my purse, but I really didn't want to. It's kind of a pain in the butt to do that. But these are the cute little mushroom patterns that I made before we went on vacation. I would love to go even smaller with them. I think they're super cute. And like I said, I will like post who this is, probably just in a little, I don't know, it'll come up on the screen somewhere who the designer of this is. And she makes really miniature things, so her stuff is all miniature, but I didn't use the smallest yarn possible. Well, she uses thread, I guess, and this is number 10 crochet thread. So yeah, he's a little bit smaller than this one. This one was just like a 4-weight cotton yarn. So, but yeah, those are those two little mushrooms that I made just before we went on that vacation. And then the first one that I made on vacation was this cutie patootie. And this one was free. The other two, those are on Etsy. They were a paid pattern. But this cutie was free on Instagram. And again, I will list the name somewhere here in the video. But yeah, that's that cutie patootie. I don't even remember what these are called, the patterns, but like I said, I'll pop them up in here for you. But yeah, I felt like these patterns were pretty easy to follow, so it wasn't too difficult, any of them. Now, I'm not sure this one looks much like a mushroom, but it was under the mushroom category, so I guess this is just supposed to be the stem of the mushroom, and then he's wearing literally wearing a little mushroom cap. So, and this is my first time doing the eyes the way I did here. So, what do y'all think of that? I wasn't sure if I liked it that much. It's just a little sleeping mushroom, but super adorable. Pretty awesome. I love it. And then I made this mushroom. Now, I plan on actually, this one paid? I mean, she has a YouTube video on it, but the way she does it, I think it's Brianna K is the one that does this mushroom. But the way she does her stuff, she doesn't provide all instructions in the video, so you still have to buy the pattern. Because I couldn't figure out how to continue the increases for up here, so I ended up having to buy the pattern. I was hoping I could just watch the video and do it, but again, I don't mind supporting people, and these are super cute. I'm definitely going to make more. I feel like I'm going to make some of these for fall in like different fall colors, so that's a plan. But I think this is very, very pretty. It's like a wheat stitch that she used on here, and it's super adorable. And I'm watching a little chipmunk. He's like, what is going on? He just came out of the pipe, went back in the little water pipe. Now he's out again. I would show y'all, but yeah, that's the wheat stitch mushroom, and it's adorable. I do plan on making more of those, like I said, for fall. And probably a lot of these things will be for sale, and I'm going to put them on. I am going to have a Palm Street Live, hopefully soon. I was hoping to get at least 5 or 10 people that would come to the private one first, just so I can see how it works, because they do recommend doing a private Palm Street Live for your first one, just so you get a feel for it. Now, this cutie patootie, I did make some modifications, and this is the Magnolia. Is that what it was called? It's the person that made this one, but again, I'll pop it up here on the screen somewhere. But the modification I made to this was I gave it cute little like gloves and then shoes or whatever, and then gave them a little ruffled thing around both the feet and the arms. But it is super adorable. Again, this pattern wasn't that hard to follow. Like with this other one, I didn't mention that, but with this one, you just got to pay attention in the video, so you make sure you're going into the right stitch when you're doing the wheat stitches, because I do feel like if you're not careful, you could like mess that up. But other than that, I felt like the pattern was pretty easy to follow. I am glad that I was watching her video though, because yeah, I might have missed the right stitch to go into because you do 2 rounds of the wheat stitch. That's how they come up with this, it being 2 different directions like that. But yeah, all the patterns I thought were pretty simple to follow. This mushroom doesn't want to stand up now. Okay, great, whatever. There we go. But yeah, this one is super adorable. I've had this in my pattern stash for quite some time. The other 3 mushrooms, I either just recently bought the pattern because I was going to do a mushroom pattern compilation. If you guys want to see something like that of like different and unique mushrooms that I find, because I found some really cool ones they're really neat, unique, and very different little mushroom characters, or just mushrooms in general, but the characters were actually really cool. There was another one I bought, but I was like, I don't know if I have enough yarn for that one. Maybe if I do a stem in a different color, if I use maybe I have enough white acrylic yarn that I could do him. He's really cool. I could pop a picture of him in here, and I'll make him, as soon as I determine if I have enough yarn somewhere. But I do want to include this stuff, a lot of this stuff in my Palm Street Live. And if you think you would be interested in joining me for the private Palm Street Live so I can practice that, let me know. Just keep in mind, if you do buy, Palm Street Live we can only ship to, well, with Palm Street, shipping's only to within the U.S., and Palm Street Live is only available for U.S. people. I feel like you can download it, and whether you live in the U.S. or not, you can probably watch those, but don't hold me to that. I don't know, but I'll put a link to my Palm Street, and if you think you would be interested in coming to the private live so I can practice doing a live stream with Palm Street, let me know. That'd be great. My shipping cost is going to be a flat rate of $8 and then $2 for each additional item, I think is how that works on Palm Street. So I will cover the majority of the shipping costs, but I just decided to do the flat rate. I just think it's easier than me trying to weigh everything out and putting in individual shipping prices. So yeah, we're going to do a Palm Street Live. The vacation was great. I might include some photos from that at the end of this video if you would like to see more photos from that. I do plan on putting the actual vacation photos and videos up on Heather's Retirement Shenanigan, which I'll have that link down below if you want to check out Heather's Retirement Shenanigans, because that's where I post most things like that are outdoorsy and vacations and whatnot. So, but yeah, I think that's all I have for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm roasting really bad out here. You probably could see the sweat on my what do they call that? Yeah, I don't know. It's not the brow. The brow is up here, but I'm sweating like crazy out here. I did actually thrift some things too, so I'm going to be doing some thrift flips too, and I'm going to try and just do that on certain days and then do crochet or macrame or whatever on other days. If I end up doing multiple different types of crafts, then I'll pick multiple days, I guess. Like, I feel like I want to do a day for thrift flips and then a day for like crochet right now, since crochet and thrift flipping is what I'm currently doing. And I did actually buy a couple of some clothes that weren't thrifted, because I don't buy new stuff very often. So I could show y'all some of that stuff, or maybe just model some of that later on in another video, showing you the stuff that I bought while we were away. So yeah, I think that's all I have for y'all in today's video. I'm sorry it's up late, my bad. We just got back Wednesday night, and I didn't really feel like trying to get a video ready for Thursday. So, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed all these adorable little items that I did make on my vacation. Super cute. I love them all. All the patterns I thought were great, well written. There wasn't anything I didn't understand about any of them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend all of these. And yeah, with that said, y'all, I will catch you in the next one. Bye.